What's happening, my people? It's your boy Chance Jolibit, aka Smooth, back with another video. So tonight what we're going to be talking about, Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 3, Episode 2, Need or Greed. That's the theme for this episode. You could say that's the theme for the whole show. Like, do you need this or you just greedy? A lot of them is already rich. They rich and stuff. They just being greedy. Or do they... Anyways, but we start off this episode. We see what happens to Lauren. We see how she was saved. How Effie thought that she had killed her. She would have, and she would have gotten away with it without those meddling dog walkers. So there was a dog walker, and he seen the car, and I guess he called the police and stuff, whatever, and they end up pulling her out. But of course, right away she had like some kind of amnesia. Oh, her memory is... Anyways, so she knows that Effie hit upside the head. She doesn't have any evidence. Then it's like, they got homegirl that Sax is messing with. And she's kind of like keeping her there against her will. Is that all the way legal? She like, that's the only thing that's keeping your parents alive and this and that. You can't leave. How are you gonna keep that girl that y'all forced them to have a funeral and all this? That's not legal. No way possible that is legal at all. That is so far-fetched for them to do some shit like that. That is crazy. The fellas have a warehouse full of dope. Now it's how to move it. How are we going to be able to move all this product? We don't have the course correct anymore. It's like Cane has a few corner bars and stuff. Like they're gonna have to come up with some more plans and stuff. Cause Tariq and them, they don't move dope traditionally. Like they got smarter methods and stuff. He's the better version of Ghost. So we gonna see later on how that's gonna end up happening. Effie is just acting strange as hell, man. Like, I know in like a previous episode, I think in the comments, people talking about, I think Effie is the CI. But to me, I'm like, clearly they showed that Lauren is the CI because she's in the safe house and whatnot. But it's like, okay, how is, like, Lauren the CI? What kind of information is she gonna learn being stuck in a room? Like she already told you, like Effie did this and whatever. She's not snitching on Tariq. She don't even really know nothing about Tariq. She kind of throwing Brayden under the bus a little bit. But how is her story going to change? Like I guess she knows a little bit about Cane. So she knows little bits and pieces, but she don't know that much. But I don't think Effie is no CI or nothing, but she's just acting crazy. Like need or greed. Effie is a greedy bitch. Class discussion, need or greed. So they got their own little things about it and stuff. Tariq, like he kind of be like it's a killer be kill world and stuff. Yo, you have been investigated for murders and stuff. You can't be talking like that in front of these people. Like, rightfully so, in real life situation, they would be like, man, you hear the shit that Tariq be saying in class? I think he really did that shit. Like, so the writing and stuff just be kind of crazy, man. Like, it's incriminating themselves, like, in a certain kind of way. Brayden, he set homeboy up and got some ass for it. Like, he's at the building and, like, homeboy is just on some bull-ish. They're working the office and stuff. So he put a tiki torch and stuff in his office and act like he was an alt-right person or whatever. So, but when he gets some booty, he realizes that this building has a bunch of empty floors. You trying to build another drug empire and you're going to try to sell drugs on Wall Street and you have empty buildings on Wall Street. Yeah, I see where this is going to go. This is going to be, Yeah, some storage facilities they're gonna be moving, kind of all weight and stuff, and that's not gonna be the smartest move because like the people are gonna see it eventually. Brayden, what are you doing? Oh, pops. Like, okay. Light skin Keisha, she is the new intern. So Tate has screwed Tariq. He like, yo, thought I was supposed to be the intern. Like, this is gonna help me with my credits. Like, I'm trying to hurry up and graduate for me to get my inheritance, get my money and all that. Like, this right here really messed me over. We find out later on in the episode, Brayden ended up paying Tate to put somebody else in the internship for Tariq wouldn't have the internship because Brayden wants Tariq with him. He's manipulating a whole situation that we're going to talk about later. We're going to talk about it later, man. Why Pops? Tejada, Lorenzo. Why Lorenzo is just so in love with the fact he wants Drew to be the man. Like, Drew doesn't want it. He's not built for it. Cane isn't the smartest in the world, but in this episode, he shows he has a brain. But like, why don't you want Cane to take the throne? Why do they want it to be Drew so bad? And the fact that Drew is openly gay and this and that, and this is like a toxic masculinity or whatever. You apply this to real world situations, no way possible he would want Drew to be the man. Like, just being honest. Like, so that just, that messed with me. And Drew, his nose is wide open. Like, he just so enamored with Homeboy as a female would be. Because Homeboy, he about to go to the league. It's like, you about to side with Oklahoma City Thunder and stuff. So, yeah, that's how a female would be. But Drew is like, yeah, it's that bullish. So the internship opens up at a Westinghouse building for Tariq because Brayden put the pieces together. They don't want him there, but they're like the nephew or whoever is in charge or whatever. They're like, we can't be racist, and it was your grandson, your son that was selling the drugs, and we need some inclusivity and all that. So. But then the thing about it is, Brayden gets him in the building, gets Tariq in the building and stuff, and like that was his plot. But at that point, like whenever he was in the dorm room telling Effie and them, like whenever Tariq left out the room, he like, we should tell him about Lauren. Why? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you think Tariq is gonna forgive you if you tell him, yo, I killed your girlfriend to save you. Like, no, like, I can't forgive you for that. Like, I don't think Lauren was gonna snitch on me, and Lauren didn't really know any about my business. Like, you can't bounce back from nothing like that. Like, Brayden and them, they got some stupid people on here. Like the drug dealing shows, like BMF, like Power, they really have some dumbasses. Like the shit they be doing doesn't make sense at all. Cane is torturing people. He's trying to find Zeke killer and stuff. They got the pilots, like he tearing their ass up. He finds a lot of information, man, and he starts putting the pieces together. Like the feds and stuff, they can't crack a case, but Cane is the one that's starting to crack the case. And Cane is dumb as a box of rocks. So Effie, I think Effie is using all of them. The need or greed part of the episode, like has her own things and she wants her own empire and stuff. She don't want to fuck with them. She is thirsty, hungry for her own piece of real estate or whatever. And we see she's cutting the dope and she's like stretching it out, mixing it up with some other stuff and moving it at her own pace and stuff. And I think she's keeping a lot for herself and she's just stretching it for her to be able to pocket a lot of money, man. That's my theory. Because the way she always looking at him and stuff, and then she quick to be like, I got my own and this and that. Like, that's cool, you want to have your own and whatnot, but it's like she got a resentful just spirit about her. Like, I just think that she's gonna try to take Tariq down some kind of way. Like, they're gonna butt heads. She's gonna be like, she's gonna talk to the plugs and them and be like, you don't need them, I'm better. I'm the one. And that's gonna end up getting her killed eventually. That's my theory. Monet is in hot water for Carrie's murder. They got dude, he is just badgering her. He is harassing her and stuff. And he stops and he tells her all the information. I have this evidence against you, and this evidence against you, and this evidence against you. Why are you gonna tell the defendant that? Why would you do that before you don't have a trial or any warrants or anything like that? Why would you tell them all of the information for them to start to cross their T's and dot their I's and cover their asses and stuff? Why would you do that beforehand? Like, that's something else that is just kind of dumb. I already say Brayden trying to be slick. He wanted Tariq. Oh, when they was in the office, that's when he starts trying to bring Tariq into the dark world, to the dark side and stuff. He texting and telling Tariq, tell Tariq to go and fix the meeting room or whatever. He knew that when Tariq got in there, he was gonna see him doing all this coke. And then Tariq is an opportunist, so he gonna be like, hold up, yeah, Brayden, you might have something going. We might be able to do this. I see. And then Brayden, he ended up at the country clubs and stuff. Like, he moved 2 bricks. Like, goddamn. Like, they doing a lot of dope. I said it like last episode. I didn't think Brayden and them was going to be able to move like bricks. Like, I know they got money, but it just don't seem like a user type thing. Like, you buy bricks at a time. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it, man. No matter how much money you got, I don't think they, like, to use it is buying a brick. Like, I think they can buy some 8 balls or something like that, man. Like, who gonna buy a brick? Casually. Like, I don't know, but, Drew, he got his ass beat in the street. Like, but we find out that Lorenzo had paid that dude. Like, it was supposed to be like revenge for a murder that Drew had did. But it turned out it was Lorenzo pulling the strings on this. And then he stole something from Drew. And that's, like, he got it all in the play. Because Lorenzo is trying to cover his ass for killing Zeke. Brayden paid Tate for internship and stuff. We find that out later. Because Brayden goes and meets with Tate and gives him some money and stuff. And he like, don't tell Tariq and whatnot. So, he on some bullshit. Agents is trying to build a Rico. They putting pieces together. They like, they want us to stop doing this because how can a 19-year-old Tariq be the head honcho, be the boss or whatever? But then they start just talking like they couldn't find all this information. They couldn't put the pieces together. But in 2 minutes, them talking to each other, they start putting pieces together. Oh, yes, this and this goes together. This and this. Yeah, I think we can do the Rico. Like, y'all had months and stuff to do all this. But in y'all little conversation just now, y'all start putting pieces together to continue this witch hunt. Yeah, Drew boyfriend not fucking with him. Because Drew was on his way to go meet him for the party or whatever, and he got beat. And homeboy's like, you left me hanging on my biggest night. I tried, but look what happened to me. He like, this is always happening to you. Like, I gotta get away from you and your people because it's always in bullshit with y'all. I thought Drew was gonna push him down the stairs or something to ruin his career. I'm like, ugh. But in a fit of rage, he goes and kills the trainer. Because the trainer, they wanted Cane to dispose of him. But he is the one that has been selling the coke in the building. But they had to get him out of the way. So they got him out of the way. And now Brayden and Tariq is going to be able to move the coke. Because they're going to need somebody to get their coke from. So now it's going to be Brayden and Tariq. Because they've knocked out the competition. And the crazy thing with that is because, like, Monet Tejada, when she killed Carrie, like, she was on, they had cameras and stuff that caught her. Like, you don't think that they got cameras everywhere nowadays. and he pushed dude in the middle of the street and then just casually walked away. Don't think nobody's gonna be able to be seen that a camera isn't gonna pick him up that he pushed him in the street. Like, it's too many variables that is just nonsensical in that. I don't know. Like, Monet, she ends up killing old boy that jumped Drew. And they find a little bit of evidence. They like, yes, he had to be the one that killed Zeke. He got Zeke's ring and this and that. Like, yeah, Sax tried to double cross Davis. He goes in Davis stuff. He takes a picture of a number and stuff. He tries to call the number. It ends up being Monet. And he's like, oh shit. Monet is Davis' client. So why wouldn't Davis have her number and stuff? Like, but that was a little burner phone or whatever. But it's still like, you seen that Davis, I don't know. It's just, why would that be such a taboo for Davis to be calling Monet or have Monet's number and stuff when he's been her lawyer? Like, okay, Sax, but I wrote Effie resent Tariq, like, but I already talked about that stuff. At the end of the episode, Cane figured out that Lorenzo killed Zeke. He put it all together. He was a bald dude, had dark clothes on, had a busted tail light. You had a busted tail light and stuff. I remember all this. Like, you did it. Like, Cane never walked around with his ring and whatnot. So now Cane has the fast track to the throne, because Lorenzo is very much indebted to him. It's about to be some bullshit. But it was a cool episode, man. It was good. There was a lot of stuff going down. It was setting up a lot of things. But then it was like, they setting it up, but they don't cross their T's and dot their I's, man. They just take a bunch of Adderall and just get to writing in the writer's room. Because they don't do it to make sense. Like, they leave a lot of things opened and just make it soap opera-ish. But it's a good show, but it's just like, it's very much not centered in realism and stuff. But anyways, man, like, comment, subscribe, go be the greatest, the most hated man, holla at your boy. Very much drop a like, man. Try to help your boy with the algorithm. Peace.